This shit crazy how this shit go. Like I know they gonna hate me for being real, but
we back at it again.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I hope everybody had a good day today.
We can't move if you ain't on shit.
Can't move if you ain't on shit.
Hey,
Nigga in my line, but
you ain't on shit.
Nigga in my line, but they ain't on shit.
You can't move if you ain't on shit.
Them niggas know how I'm coming. Hey, but let's get it. Yeah, man. Today we got an interesting topic, right?
Yeah. So today, you kind of been. Let's turn off the AC. I think we cool in here. Make sure you can hear us.
Oh yeah, you right.
Keeping it cool. But yeah, today's topic. I feel like you kind of spoke a little bit about it on your IG, and that is having a mentor or a sensei, which is kind of the word that's floating around. Like the importance of just having someone you can watch, follow, someone that guides you. What's the importance of that in music?
I think not even just in music. I feel like having a mentor / sensei is very important because we all start from somewhere. And when you have a mentor or a sensei, as you can call it, it kind of just speeds up the process of your evolution. And not only that, a lot of times you get a different perspective from somebody that probably has more experience than you.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Schoolboy Q, because that's basically what we chiming in about. He had did a podcast on Back on Fig, and I clipped that up and reposted it on the page. But basically he was saying that, K-Dot, which is Kendrick Lamar, was very vital in his career. And that was his mentor, and that was his sensei, and a lot of people probably took it how they took it, but he was like, I can never be bigger than the sensei.
Yeah, I've seen that. He was definitely giving his credit, and one of the guys on the podcast was just like
looking at him like
crazy, like.
But
yeah,
what we fail to realize is that when he says he can never be bigger than the sensei, I feel like often a lot of times, and I've noticed this in my career, is that we lose sight of how it started.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think Schoolboy Q, just watching the interview, he never lost sight of that. He never lost sight that at one point he was probably doing some other shit, and Kendrick, like he said, kept pulling him.
Mm-hmm.
Come to the stool, bro. Come record. And those type of nuances, it shapes your character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And changes your life, because now Schoolboy Q is a multi-millionaire.
And do you think he has K-Dot Kendrick to, thank for that?
He's letting you know that. But what we do as a culture is we forget. We have young timers.
Young timers.
We have often a lot of times, a lot of niggas have young timers. When niggas get on
and they
forget how it started. And so I feel like that right there, that's probably gonna be one of my top 10 clips of all time. Because when he said it, I got chills, because I know like that's how it's supposed to be. But that's a cloth that we don't see no more. And that's not trendy. For him to give Kendrick his flowers like that, that's not something that we see go viral or trendy, because we like ran off on the plug twice. That's the shit that gets the look, but that's the real shit. And so when he said that, it's just, that's the type of stuff that I like to kind of share, because that's the real.
And that's the type of stuff that we like to push too, so we can get more of those Schoolboy Qs.
That's a great example that needs to be shared, and it needs to be even talked about. Because if you think about it, the difference of us as a culture and other cultures is that the family upbringing, a lot of us didn't have a dad and mom in the household. But when you really think about that's supposed to be your traditional mentors.
Your parents, both of them.
Both of them. Mm-hmm. But see, a lot of times we didn't have that, so we don't even know what that looks like.
Or feels like.
Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, the flip side of that is when you could see like your homie who kind of came in your life and probably was a little bit more advanced than you in certain different, things, you was able to learn from him. And you look at him as like, not necessarily your parents, but somebody that was your mentor who taught you, hey, bro, You can rap. Just do it like this. Or, hey, bro, come over here. This come be my hype man until you learn the skill set of how to rap. You know what I'm saying? It's these little like nuances. It's like that's what shapes you.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, I'm really, really big on that because I've always felt like I was that for a lot of my peers, like just giving them the game. Because I, you know, like y'all know on the podcast, I jumped off the porch early.
Yeah.
So I had to experience a lot of things that most people didn't experience at the ages that I experienced. So automatically I became a teacher. Yeah. Because when you know certain things that others don't know, you become a teacher because you can share it.
Right. Share your experiences.
You can, but like I say, us as a culture, the moment we get on,
we get that young timers.
We get the young timers. We forget everything on how. It's just like, and it go back to that saying, never forget where you come from. Yeah. It's cool to blow up. It's cool to get big. But the moment you get a chance to give it up to the mentor, give it up. That
opportunity.
And I seen a lot of people on the panel was looking at them crazy, like, nah, bro, you giving that way too much credit. No, you're not. This is what we're supposed to do, right. But we just don't do it.
Or it's not normal. It's not. It's out the normal. So that's why they react like that, because they don't see that.
Look, we all are okay. I'm a best example. I always say we all X-Men. You know the cartoon X-Men?
Mm-hmm.
We all got superpowers, right?
Yeah.
But in that cartoon, it was a lot of mutants that didn't know how to use their power. Mm. But they would come to Professor Xavier and he would bring out your power and show you how to use it. Mm. That's Dot in that situation. Mm-hmm. Schoolboy Q was that nigga inside, but he revealed revealed certain things that's like, no, I am like that. We all got that. I feel like my pops was my biggest mentor.
Yeah.
My biggest sensei. That's why I always big him up. Even though he's not here, I'll always speak about him because my mannerisms, my character, what I stand on is a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? But then on the flip side of that, I understand that, you know, as a culture, a lot of us didn't have a dad and a mom in the household. So we don't even know what that looks like. And that's why we don't know how to give credit when we see it, because we don't even know what that's supposed to look like. And your mentor ain't got to be your dad, your mom. It could be a random person on the street that just take a liking of you and really want to see you elevate. But once you feel that and you see the elevation, you see the growth, hey, reciprocation is everything.
Yeah.
That's why when we did the podcast, I felt the energy. I'm like, nah, bro. See, courted me about alcohol, this and that, took care of us with the teas.
Yeah.
Now we gotta reciprocate that.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I feel like as a culture we don't do.
Yeah, sadly.
Sadly, but that's why we're behind. Because what happens is this: it's the crabs in the bucket mentality. The moment the nigga get out the bucket, instead of pulling down and say, yo, if it wasn't for this nigga, I would think, because all it is, all Schoolboy Q did was basically solidify what we always kind of already knew.
Yeah,
we know. Yeah, we know that. But when you hear from the horse's mouth,
it's different.
It hit different. Mm-hmm. You know, and so yeah, I definitely feel like, shout out to Schoolboy Q, man. Like I said, man, I really got a lot more respect. I'm not gonna say I didn't, but you on that list for me, man, because you know, another thing too is like I'm so underground that when I speak, it holds value, but it doesn't speak to like a person like Schoolboy Q that he got the mainstream notoriety.
Mainstream, yeah.
You know, I'm not saying I don't speak like this all the time, but when he speak, it's gonna shift a little bit of the energy in the culture. Mm-hmm. Because you got somebody like me that's underground that's gonna take it, and I'm gonna push it for you too, man. Because a lot of niggas is looking at him crazy. I'm like, why y'all?
Yeah, especially when he said that being a better father.
But
that sent people off the edge.
But y'all don't even understand what he meant by that. Is like, look, I'm able to take care of my kids. I'm able to leverage my time. Like, think about it. When you in the hood, right? Like, you trying to survive. You hustling every day. We kind of like all in that situation, but you just like, it's like you more in it. Schoolboy Q in a situation now where like he's a little bit more comfortable. That means he can spend more time with his kids. Mm-hmm. It's like the details of how he felt. I feel like I took from that was like, yeah, I'm a better father because now I can have the time to be a better father.
Because of K-Dot.
Because of K-Dot. But y'all taking it like, oh, nah, bro, Yeah. Because y'all perspective, y'all don't understand this shit, how this shit really is.
Like it's so deep that it went over.
And a lot of this shit be too deep. But I'm here to break it down. This is how this shit go. Like, this is it. Like, that's the sauce. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to K-Dot because, you know, K-Dot kind of moved like me where he be out the way. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this is how it should be. Mm-hmm. This is how it should be. When the moment you get a chance to give a nigga their credit that shifted your life, do that. Because guess what? It don't take nothing from you.
Take a couple of seconds to talk about.
And not only that, when he said that, this being honest, when he said that, did you feel any type of way, like differently when Schoolboy Q said that? Did it take anything from him?
Did it take anything away from Schoolboy Q?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
No, I felt like I more so like connected to him a little bit more because he did that. Because I like that. I think, like you said, I definitely agree with that. You should definitely give the flowers where if somebody definitely put you on, they helped you, no matter small, big, on what level. I think you should definitely reciprocate that and give that energy in return for sure.
Everybody that's great had mentors. Serena had help and mentors. Yeah. Serena Williams and her sister Venus. Who was their mentor?
Their dad.
Wrote them the whole way. Mm-hmm. Everybody has that story, and it's not a lot of times. It's not even be a sibling. It'd be that person that you just randomly meet.
It could be anybody.
It could be anybody that rode you to this push you to be your greatest self. And that's what we're talking about right now, that we got to start sharing that more. That's the shit that we need to start pushing, because when you look at other cultures, I don't want to go too in depth, but they do that.
Yeah.
That's like embedded. Like it's supposed to happen. But us, we're a little bit kind of like
something got disconnected within that generation of bringing your kids up in our culture.
Because a lot of us was finning. When you finning, you don't really have structure.
Or you miss
it's survival.
Yeah, you miss those main things that you're supposed to teach your kids.
We finning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean that was dope. And then not only that, like we all now, this is the perfect time to do that, because a lot of us are building these podcasts and social media platforms. So this is the perfect time to give everybody their just due, because it can spread.
Yeah, I was just about to say, by more people seeing that positivity, they'll be wanting to put out more of that positivity. It's just like the news. If they push, fear on us, we're going to spread it around. Girl, you heard what the news said. Da, 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 da. So if we push that positivity in the same way that the news does, we might get back ahead.
That's a fact, Lee. You get it.
And then I also think too, like, people's perspectives, like, that matters too. Like, I feel like that guy that was on the Fig podcast, the guy was like, what do you mean? Like, you're not a better father than him. I feel like his perspective was so small, and you got to have that open-mindedness. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
a lot of times we can't just take stuff literal. We gotta try to understand where it's coming from.
Yeah, that part. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He took it literally, like, damn, what do you mean? But when you really understand and you really dive in, it's like, when he said it, I knew what he meant, because it's like, he's basically letting y'all know, like, we're all sitting up. Well, he has this situation now to be able to talk to you guys because of Kendrick.
Right.
You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like when he said, Kendrick, man, I was out there make a little hustle side, but he kept pulling me in the studio. He wouldn't even be able to tell you this story and sit on that couch without his brother pushing him. Mm-hmm. So while y'all thinking like you giving this man too much credit or too much flowers, y'all don't understand that his sensei, as he called him, is the reason why he's able to be equipped right now to even talk like this.
Yeah, put up.
You know what I'm saying? And we all have sensei. Best example, you came in the other day. You had some good news to tell me. I was talking to Black.
Mm-hmm.
Black is an OG to me.
Mm-hmm.
When he talk, I listen. Shout out to Black.
So Black is a sensei. And
He's like my sensei. Because when he speaks,
you listen.
I listen because I know he know what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I know he know. It's like when you know somebody talking about, I'm not gonna fight it. I'm gonna listen.
But what's your definition of he knows? Because of his experience, what he went through, or
his experience and a lot of different things. It's like things that kind of like he be hitting stuff on the nail that I already be having an assumption of, but he rounds it off and gives me that perspective of like that's how it is. Yep, you're right. Mm-hmm. But we all be knowing that. But sometimes our ego fight it.
Yeah, the ego gets in the way.
The ego be fighting it.
The ego gets in the way.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I sit back, especially when I'm talking to him, I've been in the game since 2009, heavy in the game, in radio, since 2009. So I know in this whole spectrum of music, you know way more than me. I've been doing this shit, I thought I was doing it 7 years, but I had to realize the other day.
Your daughter.
Yeah, my daughter's 6, so I'm like, I've been doing this 10 years now. I didn't even think like it go by so fast. But to elaborate what you asked me is that when he speaks, I know you know what he's talking about, and vice versa. When I speak about some young shit that's in tune, he always say, man, you gotta have some young niggas around you, man, so you can stay current. So I'm like I'm gaining from him, and whatever I can give him, he gaining from me. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm proud to say that, though. I'm proud to say that I look at Black as an OG and a sensei. Yeah. We need more of that. Yeah. I always tell him every time I get off the phone, I'll be like, man, Black, I appreciate you, man, because it be tough out here, man. I don't really be having too many people I can talk and have this dialogue for an hour, and I felt like I took something from it. Yeah. Every time I get off the phone, I feel like I gained something. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's.
Well, I look at you as my sensei.
That's love.
You my senbei. That might. You my senbei.
You might got something there.
Senbei.
Nah, for real, we gonna talk about this off the air. That's a good one.
The senbei.
They gonna be thrown off because of the sin, but when they hear how it came off and what it means,
it's all about the spelling. Senbae. Senbei.
Nah, we might run with that one.
Senbei.
But it's kind of like Simba.
Yeah, it is. But the sad thing about it, people might not have a lot of senbeis.
But the sad part about it is, and the good flip side about it is that they might not have it, but it is going to be some people that do have it. Yeah. And you can create the movement. Because at the end of the day, think about it. If we stay under the same household, we should be learning and gaining from each other. Yeah. That's why we're together. You feel me? Like, it makes sense when you really think about it. If you don't let the outside program you to think that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like that. Yeah, but I like the phrase, though, because the phrase can make it cool.
Senbei.
Senbei.
Sensei the senbei.
I don't know. I gotta put my head around this. But nah, I like that. That's fire. That's off the top too.
No, okay.
Yeah. That's energy. But yeah, that's a topic that we want to, and then you have something else too. You want to chop it up?
Did I?
Yeah, it brought up something about.
I think I was talking about mixing and mastering, but I think we hit on those topics.
So Lika sent the song out, Just to elaborate on the last pod, she sent the song out and the girl loved it, and she said she's on it. She already started. Give her the feedback on that, because they kind of like living through.
So if y'all are tuning into my musical journey, okay, I'm getting ready to release my first EP. I'm super geeked about it. And so I did a little A&R, little search, and I found a couple artists that I want featured on my EP. And I sent over one of the songs, and I was a little nervous, like, but one of the songs that I sent, I put a hook on it, and I got it mixed and mastered. And so
not to cut you off, but what did I say when you sent it? What exactly did I say was gonna happen? Because you did it the proper way. Because my thing is, if you try, so presentation is everything. Your first impression is everything.
Yeah, definitely.
So I said, before you send it, make sure it's mixed right.
Yeah.
Master. We're going to do that regardless. Mm-hmm. But I say, when you do that, that sets the tone from an artist that's really doing music, because now they know that you're serious.
You're serious, yeah.
And what did you tell me when you sent it, what she said?
She said she loved it. She started working on it right away. She's super excited to collab just as much as I am. So it's definitely a mutual feeling.
And that's when the magic happens. When you send something and the direct response is like, oh, this fire. Because now they're not expecting it, but you did the unexpected.
Which was what? Getting it mixed and mastered?
Sending them a product that sounds, not only the hook was fire, but it sounds musically pleasing, because it's, she said, you told me, because you was, she always gonna let me know it, what went down. You're like, yeah, it sounds really good. That's what she said. Like, whoever's doing it sounds really good.
Yeah, she said it sounds really good. And that probably motivated her more too, to like, let me jump on this thing.
Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, that's what it's like anything. It's like quality. Quality in anything is gonna motivate you to either wear it, motivate you to play it.
Yeah, that's definitely a fact, because I've been in these live music review chat rooms, lives. And what I noticed is a lot of the songs that people don't rock with, the quality is horrible. And some of the songs that are horrible, that have a great mix and master, they get more love. You know what I mean?
Because it's packaged right.
So yes, that is definitely a fact. For sure, a fact. That's
a gem, and that's something that you starting to see firsthand. Even though we talk about this, you starting to see the results firsthand.
Yeah.
And so that go back to you guys that's listening. Invest in your product, man. Please invest in your product, because that could be the deciding factor of your song going all the way, or your song just getting a couple listens.
Exactly. And even if you on a tight budget, you don't got the funds, go on YouTube University and see what you could do yourself.
That's a fact.
I feel like, as someone who always used to make excuses, it's only excuses when you don't want to do it.
Damn, man. What you smoked today? You on point today?
I'm on a natural high, baby.
That's what's up. That means your frequency is just elevating. I like that.
I'm on a natural high, baby.
I like that. Nice, because that's real.
But seriously, no excuses. I used to come up with all different types of excuses to not get things done, but it was just me not wanting to do it. And I had to realize that. But not to make it about me, go on YouTube University, figure out how you can do mix and mastering, find you some equipment. If you guys haven't watched one of the older episodes where we talk about your essential setups, go on OfferUp, wait till your paycheck, and just figure out.
We're going to put the link in the bio. I did a review, the studio setup, I think a while back, and we'll put the link of that.
Yeah, we're going to help y'all out. We're going to help y'all out. We're going to help y'all with the links.
Yeah, show you the whole little setup.
So it's no excuses, but quality over quantity. And it's going to show every time. I was just thinking about too, like, what if somebody was looking for some type of music to put on their TV show or movie, they're not going to pick a trash, like quality sounding song.
It's like they can't, because at the end of the day, if think about it, if you have a movie, right, and you spent, let's just say $50,000 to $100,000, it's like a lower tier movie, but you spent a lot of money to make it.
Yeah.
You're not going to shortcut yourself on the production of the music, because when you talk about a movie, the music sets the tone. If you really think about a movie, think about all your, like Wakanda, for example.
You're coming out of frame.
Oh,
I need people to see you and hear
like Wakanda, for example. If you listen to the production and I think Kendrick's in that. He has some music in that. Everything has to be at that level.
Yeah.
So don't cheat yourself in the beginning. Just pay the price. And that's what I said, nah, when you send this, she gonna love it. Anyway, she goes to school for music. So what happens is this: you sent it to a person that's going to school to like learn how to basically get the best quality. And when you send her quality, she automatically gonna look at you different. She don't even know that you do music, but you kind of like but now she can't even judge you that you just start doing music.
Based off the quality, you can't tell.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't tell. You can't tell
because you coming correct.
Mm-hmm.
Let's imagine you've been doing music for 8 years and you send some bad quality music. Now they're gonna think you just started, because you're gonna look like a rookie.
That's free game.
You're gonna look like you just got in the league.
So if you want to look like a vet, your music got to be sounding like a vet.
That's another one. Free game, man.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, I feel like we kind of basically hit everything on the nail today. But yeah, find a mentor, man. Because look, this is the key to around what you just said off. You coming like a vet because of what? Imagine if you was coming in this with no experience and you had to learn. Basically, what you just said was me having to spend all this money throughout the year learning this and that. Me being here to kind of give you the game, sped up all that.
Yeah, you took me on a shortcut.
A big shortcut, because you know how much money I spent to get to this.
Yeah, I've seen a lot.
A lot. So when a nigga giving you the sauce, listen, because that sauce is saving you bread, and not only that, it's kind of like, it's like, because I always think about like, I didn't really have no mentors, but I paid for the school and tuition. So what I mean by that is like, when I'm paying to go to the engineers and this and that, I'm watching and I'm observing. So I'm like downloading the game.
I like that. You paid for your tuition.
I did. I look at it like that. I definitely.
You didn't get a full ride.
I didn't get a full ride. I paid.
You had to pay for your own tuition.
Yeah, I paid to play. But I look at it now is that I'm able to share it though, for the free ski. I ain't even try. I'll never charge no niggas for the game. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when you Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off, bro. This what you do for me later on is just give me my flowers like Schoolboy Q did. I don't want no bread.
Just reciprocate the energy.
Just don't forget where you came from. The moment you get in a position where you can put me in position, put me in position.
But sadly, I've seen a lot of people.
They don't do that.
They do not do that. And you be like, damn, they just forgot.
Young timers.
They just don't want to do that. They don't think that's the right thing to do. We be trying to figure it out in here, like what people be on sometimes. But
but that's why the biggest thing you could do and the best thing you could do is lead by example.
No matter
somebody got to be the example. Schoolboy Q was a great example of a different way to reciprocate the energy, and it wasn't even tangible.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into this song. I know you say you got a
so we got a submission. We're gonna check it out. If you guys have some music that you want us to review, check the links down below. Submit it through the email address, and we'll feature it on our next live. So we're gonna get into this is Curve Guide It's called What You Want On. So without further ado, let's tap in. Instruments, y'all know I'm big on instruments.
I mean, I guess you say you love me, I guess you love me now. I must look like a dumb bitch, you must think I forgot. Who cares, little bitches out here trying to take my spot. But don't be trying to play me for somebody that I'm not. You fucked around and got caught. I cry about it in the car. Cause if it's up to me, I fuck around and leave a scar. But since I'm growing up, I'm just gonna leave you where you are. I know you wanna have my love is so bad. It gets so hard to think about the shit that we had. Because it feel like fuck me and it turn out fuck back. I guess that's how it is and you don't get no take backs. You fucked around and turned cold. You fucked around and got bold.
Catchy. I like that.
And if I'm being honest, this love should get low. Tell me what you want. 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 Gotta tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Time limit you want. Tell me what 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 you want. Gotta tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Let me see how much you want. Ooh, I don't got a motherfucking word to say. I don't even wanna fucking see your face. I don't even wanna have to hear your name, but I can't help it, baby, cause you know you know how to make me feel it's you and I. So sometimes you just like to see me right.
It's coming from a soul place. That's the lyrics and what you're talking about. That's talking about somebody.
I just sit back, hit my shit. I ain't worried about this here. I got better shit to do. Oh, I don't wanna be a queen all night. Don't need your kingdom by my side. You sat and told me you were down to ride. And now you're but I guess you forgot. I guess it was not. I guess I love you just a big ass facade.
You're giving variations. I like that.
Yeah, you got style. With an S. You got flavor.
Don't even try to call me. I don't wanna hear sorry. This is like that type of body. You gon' have me acting like the old me. Tell me what you want.
Hey, something with the vocal. Okay. I like her tone too. It's like raspy, but like sultry. I like that.
Tell me what you want. 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 Let me see how much you want. What you doing? How do you see me now? What you doing? How do you feel me now? What you doing? How do you see me now? What you doing? How do you feel me now? Tell me what you telling me like.
Okay. Yeah,
See, my only thing I was about to say, like, okay, so I love it. Okay, I love the song, but I gotta come in with the perspective of it's too long, man. How long is it?
I think it said 4 minutes and 51 seconds. That is definitely long for a song.
That's the only critique. It's too long because it's so good that I wish it would have went off and I played it again. 3 minutes, like she had me like all the way up to 3. She was because she gave 3 different variations, 3 to 4 different styles. But now it's like
you giving all your eggs up front. Give them a little.
Well, yes.
And save some more for the next.
So this is what's the grand total? It's like 5 minutes?
Yeah, this is 4 minutes and 51 seconds. That's a bit long.
That's a bit long.
But I feel like maybe she had some shit to get off her chest.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely did for sure.
Sometimes you gotta go in with and just let them know, like, look, I felt like it was real personal, but like, it was deep.
The 4 minutes.
But nonetheless, I liked everything about it. I do agree that it's definitely a long song. I think 2 minutes and 30 seconds would have been like the sweet spot. But nonetheless, vocals.
Yeah, vocal. The
melodies,
song in general,
cadence.
everything was on point. It's just for me, it's just the replay value.
Yeah.
Because that's if it's at 270, 283 minutes, it got more replay value.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said 230 is like a sweet spot. 230, especially if the song is sounding good, I want to run it back. If I listen to a whole 4 minutes, I'm on to the next song. I feel like I got everything I was supposed to get. And you don't want it to be like that, I feel like. For me, you want it to be more, like you said, click value so people can re-listen.
I'm going to just say this. Like, this is the great example, this phone right here, right? They had this phone made probably 3-4 years ago. That's how they do. They give us a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. That's what keeps us intrigued about what's coming next. Because when you give everything, there's no anticipation no more.
Yeah.
And so what you're trying to say is at 4 minutes and 51 seconds, you gave me everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you could have just brung that down to like, I'd rather say close to maybe under 3, somewhere under 3. And we would have been
replaying it.
That part. So yeah, but she fire though.
Yeah. Shout out to Curve God. I definitely can't wait to hear more music, more drops. Yeah, definitely tap into Curve God. And then the name is just like, bro, Curve God.
Yeah, the name.
Curve God.
Yeah, she hard. That was a great find. You added that to the playlist?
Definitely added that to the Unitedthrumusic underground playlist.
Yeah, she fire.
You guys tap in. The links are down below.
You've been on the road.
I think we've both been on the road.
Nah, you've been finding them. But I noticed you've been in your woman bag. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Cause
I mean, it's not like purposely. Like, that's just
the energy
just floating around. Right. I mean, I want to collab with some guys, but we already know what they be on. Sometimes the egos get in the way.
Trust me, the lane you in right now, that's the lane you like. The stuff I've been dealing with throughout the years, don't even, because that's gonna mess up your vibe.
Yeah, you right.
You got a flow right now.
So I'm trying to do an EP with all females.
That's the vibe. Let her know, y'all. Like that's because y'all right now, y'all got me and Black was talking about this. It's like women, y'all trying to really get to the bag. And y'all not letting the bullshit fuck up the bag. Niggas, like for example, we was talking about, I was telling him about the review and how after the review, some people went on your gram and start tapping in. Niggas like your music and go on your gram and not even like want to follow through because it's an ego thing. It's more so like that nigga popping, I want to be popping.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like it's a great time to be an artist, especially a female artist, because the community is a lot stronger and y'all building. Yeah. And so I think
even though we catty, according to you, we catty.
Some are, but I think some of the artists you've been coming across it's been real like.
I think when we know the purpose, the bigger purpose, I think that's.
And I think a lot of females is like that's the mission for a lot of y'all. It's like if we do this and this, we're gonna get this. So opposed to niggas, we lose sight of the bigger purpose a lot.
Yeah, sometimes y'all just want the fame. Y'all want the fame.
As you can tell, like I said, I'm underground. That's never been my motivation was the fame. Yeah. My thing with music is I like to make great art.
Yeah.
And then after great art, I want to get paid for it. And then after I get paid for it, whatever comes after that, which is that fame, whatever, if it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. But as long as we put out some great art and we get a check, that's the mission over here.
Yeah.
You know, and I never lose sight of that. I've been doing it 10 years now. I never lost sight. I know sometimes as things start to pop off, people lose sight, but I never lost sight of that.
And we want to end it on that note. Don't lose sight of the mission. Keep the purpose. I hope y'all enjoyed some gems today. And we'll see y'all tomorrow with some more. So thanks for tapping in. We'll see y'all later.